What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2 and another Incursion build guide. Today we are on Chaos 4, the Spectral Assault, which is the Unholy Catacombs Incursion, and this one is really easy to do, especially in the current state of the game with mods being a thing. As traditionally, you're not going to bother farming these incursions until you've actually progressed through the game. Spawn camping the mobs makes this very easy, and that in turn actually eliminates part of the puzzle that you have to complete while running the map. Let's just go ahead and do a standard build similar to what we would do on a normal Chaos 3 Unholy Catacombs Incursion map. So let's go ahead and go with some flyer control, and then I think I'm just gonna camp it up with some flame auras down here, and then maybe add a little something else up at the top. Let's get flame auras on all three of these lanes here. This is actually going to kill the bulk of the mobs. However, I am going to do a full build on this just so you all can see, if you're not in exceptional gear, a basic idea of what it should look like. And you know what? Let's go ahead and throw, say, some snakes, cannons, poison dart towers, any other sort of tower down on these ends will work just fantastic. However, I just happen to have some snakes right here, so snakes it is. Now the puzzle with this map is there are going to be spectral knights that come out. They're going to come out throughout all of the waves. Wave 5, or pardon me, Wave 4 being the toughest of the waves, and Wave 1, of course, being the easiest. Wave 5, it actually scales back down, and you can actually ignore the Spectral Knights through the first waves. Now, the deal with the Spectral Knights is they are completely immune. You know what, let's just overkill the flyer lanes. They are completely immune to all forms of damage. There's no way that you can go kill them, and they're going to slowly make their way up to your core. And then once they get to the core, they're going to channel damage onto the core itself, and if you don't take them out, you will eventually lose. Now, all of these knights are color-coded. There will be an alert saying what color of knight is spawning, and the puzzle to this map is to go to these cleansing swords down at the bottom. We've got one here, one here, one right here, and one right here. These cleansing swords all have to match, all four of them have to match the color of the knight that is going to spawn. Once you get all these matched, you are going to get a buff that allows you just to go ahead and run up to the knight. You don't need to hit it, you don't need to do anything, just run right through it, and it will completely destroy the knight. It will be gone, no more, and you don't have to worry about it. Now, as I mentioned, with the current age of spawn camping these builds, you can ignore the first few waves of knights as they do move very slowly. So they're not going to make it up to your core before all of the mobs are done. So let's just go ahead and start it up and let it run, and I'll let you all see exactly what I'm talking about. Now in Wave 1, we're only going to get one knight, and it's not going to come out for a little while, and everything is just getting steamrolled right up front as it comes out of the spawns. However, we will patiently await the knight. One thing you can do to prepare for the Spectral Knights in advance is just pick a color. Go and match all of the swords. You see, I'm going with purple on all four of them. And we're going to see, oh, and look at that, I got lucky. There's a purple Spectral Knight has appeared. Now, as you see, the little purple sword icon under my nameplate showed up, showing that I have the purple Spectral Knight buff. Now, to take out the knight from here, all you have to do is just run up to it, and it cleanses the Spectral Knight. Now, as I mentioned, in the first really several waves, almost the entire map, you can ignore the knight as you're just burning the enemies down. If it gets to the end of the map, or the end of the wave and all the enemies are left, the Spectral Knights will just disappear. Now, every once in a while, you will get a buggy Spectral Knight that will continue. You're not going to be able to do anything to it on the build phase, so the thing to do is make sure you get the swords to the appropriate color and hit G as quickly as possible, and that will allow you to go and cleanse any bugged Spectral Knights. Let's go ahead and let wave 2 run here, and we will see what color we get. We've got everything set to red now, of course, so I do have to be prepared to run down there and change all the swords if another color spawns. You can really ignore most of the mobs on the map, as there's not a whole lot of difficulty to the mobs themselves, and the whole point of the incursion is to add this little puzzle feature in with the matching cleansing swords to cleanse the Spectral Knights. And we actually got a red knight, so lucked out, lucky choice again. We can go ahead and clear this one out right at the spawn, and then we don't have to worry about it at all. Now, after you cleanse a knight, you do lose the buff, so you need to run back in. Once you run back in, you see I picked up another red buff, so that's right there, ready to go. Now, if the next knight is red, I don't have to change any of the swords at all. I can just go and cleanse it right away. However, we are going to be able to completely ignore it because it is not going to come out prior to this siege roller getting wrecked. And wave over, so the knight is not going to spawn. Now, there's the purple Spectral Knight actually just spawned, or just got the notification for it. Let's see if it is actually on the map anywhere. It doesn't look like it actually spawned, so maybe the old bug of the Spectral Knights that were unkillable could possibly be gone. Let's just go ahead and get wave 3. Now, in wave 3, we're going to have 3 of these guys. Ups the difficulty just a touch. Let's go ahead and pick a color again. We're going to go green this time around. Now, an interesting thing here, you see I've got the red buff from the previous wave. It's actually purple, so it didn't apply. However, if you wait to hit that last sword, you can go and cleanse the Spectral Knight with the buff that's on you prior to going and switching to the new buff from the sword itself. Go ahead and give a quick assist to Gribbs here. Gribbs is evaporated very quickly. And then just wait and see what color we get next. We're all set up for purple. And purple we got, so just getting lucky on the color choices today for sure. You've only got 3 choices, so you've got a 30% chance of guessing it. You've got purple, you've got red, and you've got green. After green, it's just going to go right back over to purple. And then this wave should be cleared as well prior to the last knight spawning. Now, of course, before these higher chaos tiers became a thing and better gear became a thing, this map did have, it was a fun little challenge. I actually grinded it quite a bit back in the day. There was a whole nother day and age of this map when it first released, where it had a special chest piece that would drop, or had a chance of dropping, that was slightly better than anything else you could get on a map. Now, of course, that is no longer the case. However, you can get the various incursion weapons on all of the incursions throughout. We got a green Spectral Knight, and here I'm going purple. Let's go ahead and switch it up to green. It says red, there we go. It's lagging a little bit. Plenty of time, as I mentioned, to get all of these swords changed, as the knights do move very slow. See, he only made it to this point by then. And then now, we'll switch them over to purple. Actually, we'll just ignore those last 2, as the map is just about over. There we go, wave 4 done, so we didn't have to worry about the additional knights. And we are ready to go for wave 5. I'm gonna go ahead and we'll keep that green buff, but I'm gonna set these over to purple now, and I'm not gonna hit this last one. That way I can show you what I was talking about. So basically now I'm set. If a green mob comes or a purple mob comes, of course it was red, I'm able to go and cleanse it right away. So we're going to switch them all over to red now. This, a few things that help you with this if you do have a challenge on this map is using a pet that has a speed boost. So using a pet with like Curse or Sandstorm, very valid choices for sure. Let's go ahead and get green first. Now you do want to kind of keep an eye on the order they came out. And we got 2 purples, so that's going to be pretty easy there. we got green, and now we'll switch to purples. Now for the double purple Spectral Knights, we'll be able to just jump right back down, collect the purple buff again, and it's good game. And then we got a red one bringing up the rear. However, none of them actually made it, and the map is over as all the mobs are dead. As I mentioned, you can't ignore the majority of the Spectral Knights as you're spawn camping, so the mobs are dying super, super quick. However, there's one coming out at the end of the map. The mobs are dying super quick, and when you get down to 0, that wave is over. Now, that Spectral Knight is bugged, and it will come up and smack on the core. However, we've already got our victory chest, so it is all good, and we're set to go ahead and get out of here. So hopefully this helps everyone understand the Spectral Knight Incursion a little bit better. It's a really fun map to do. It is. It adds a little bit different flavor, another little puzzle effect that gives you something interesting to run around and do as the map itself is running. So thank you once again. Click that like button and please subscribe to the channel. I will be back soon with more Dungeon Defenders 2. Thanks again. I'll see you next time.